So this is the fourth time I've tried to shoot this video. We're finally going to try to get through. First time we had a helicopter, and then my wife called, then the mail lady showed up to drop something off, so hopefully we can get through this one. Anyways, it's been a while since I've posted. Finally got something worthy to post about. And I know there's tons and tons of videos out there about guys deleting stuff, removing it. We're going to try to keep it quick, simple, especially for the people who want to do this at home. Cover a few things of what not to do. Anyways, let's get into it. So what we have, let me grab a camera here. We got a 2012 F350. It had the EGR cooler replaced twice, once under the factory warranty, once under extended warranty. They let the extended warranty go. About 6 months after that, check engine light come on. EGR efficiency code. So if you've dealt with diesels at all, you pretty well know what that is. It's starting to plug. Sure enough, this one did. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Anyways, we won't disclose a whole lot of who we use for parts, but there's plenty of stuff online. One thing to watch for is these bolts back here on the EGR tube are subject to break, as I did break one, and you have to drill them. There's a really good company out there that makes tools to drill these with called ProMax. They provide stuff for the 6.7s, 5.4s, 6.2s, 4.3s, Chevy, Ford, you name it. They have some really quality stuff to drill out broken exhaust studs. This is actually really simple to do. I will give Ford props for one thing. They made this one really easy to change. Because let's face it, Ford has done some really good things. EGR coolers is not one of them. You had the 6.0, EGR cooler was crap. 6.4, pretty much that whole engine was crap. 6.7s, EGRs, the 3.2 inline 5s that they build, EGRs were crap. I got sick of replacing them because they were a pain. I don't know much about the new 3.0 that they're putting in the F-150s, but I would venture to say that they are crap too. Because a lot of it depends on the manufacturer and how they have the valve set to cycle. Basically, the more they cycle it, the more it's passing through. Well, the more they cycle that, the less it cuts down on the NOx going out the tailpipe, of course. That's the whole reason behind the EGR. So the more they cycle, the more it puts through. The more apt it is to plug up. Sorry. Anyways, we did delete this one. We removed the cooler altogether. We'll step back. I'll show you the cooler, how crappy it looks. So here's our cooler. You can see how bad it's plugging on this side. And like I said, they done a really, it's almost like they knew that they were going to have problems out of the EGR coolers. Well, they should, after 18, 19 years of building crappy ones. They should know. Anyways, along with doing all of that, we did remove other things underneath the truck. We did add a tuner, because you do need a tuner to get rid of any check engine lights that you have from having stuff that's removed. So I know there's people out there saying, oh, you're killing the environment. Yes, we are putting NOx back out there. But on this particular one, I set the injector so that this truck doesn't blow black smoke. I know a lot of people out there love it when their diesel truck smokes. What are you doing when you make them smoke? You're wasting fuel. That is fuel going out the pipe. Don't set it to smoke. I will say this truck here, after everything was removed, we have it set at stock, and this truck is a different truck, just set at stock. This particular tuner has 3 stages in it. They say the highest stage you get about 150 more horse. I'm not going through the trouble of dynoing it. Who I done this for, they're never going to use it. And basically, they just wanted the truck to run. One suggestion that I can give you If you run it on the highest setting, don't run it like that all the time. This engine is not designed to stand that all the time. Transmission, rear end, that stuff is not designed to stand that much power all the time. Don't do it. Another thing with the whole DPF and DEF and everything like that, if there's any engineers out there watching, there's a different way to do this. I'm telling you, there's got to be a different way. And electric cars isn't it. I don't feel like, because it's funny, where I live, we still have a coal plant. I'll have a few beers and walk through this, like, it's a park type deal where people live, shopping center and movie theater, and it's funny to me because where that park sits, the power plant sits across the road. So you walk through the park and they have parking spaces with chargers for the electric cars. My wife, she gets a little mad. She's like, hush, hush, because I'm like, hey, look at these jackasses. They're plugging their cars up, saving the environment. Guess what? The coal plant making electricity for those electric cars is still burning coal. But anyways, that's besides the point. But there's a different way that can be done. What kills our engines today, these diesels, is putting the exhaust gas back into the engine. I get it. We have to take care of the NOx because somewhere that is a cancer-causing thing. Give it 5 years, DEF will give us cancer. But anyways, why not? Okay, if you want to leave the DPF on there, if you want to leave the filter on to catch the carbon, that's all it is carbon. It's soot. Leave it on there. But build it better. If you need to recirculate the NOx, do it after the DPF. Pull that stuff from behind the DPF. You're not going to have all the particulate matter in it. Pull it back up to the engine. Guess what? If you pull it that far away, it's going to be cooler. Why are we dumping this extreme hot gas back into our engines? It's killing them. And then you're going to have people that will probably comment on this video saying, oh, well, you shouldn't delete what's on the truck. Yeah, I get that. But if you leave it on there, if you don't maintain it, which 90% of the people out there have no idea what it consists of or how it works or how to maintain it. Most people, you just tell them, hey, you need to pull your filter off and have it burn out. They're like, what? Huh? Anyways, all I'm saying is there's a better way to do it than to put all the EGR gas back in the engine. It would prevent the cylinders getting washed down from the DPF's plug-in. It would prevent oil dilution. Turbos. You know how many turbos I replace? Most likely to do with the damn DPF plug-in. It's beyond me. There's a better way to do it than the way that we're doing it now. Anyways, I'll get off my high horse because here's what I always say. What's the solution to pollution? It's dilution. That's all we're doing is diluting the amount that comes out the tailpipe. I've dealt with this stuff since it came out. Most of this stuff, if you look at the computer, you're looking at particles per million of reduction. You've got a NOx sensor, it reads in the front of how much is going in. You got a NOx sensor at the rear saying how much is coming out after it's been the chemical reaction inside being reduced. It's not that much. So how much are we actually diluting it down? Anyways, I'll get off the high horse. All I can say is if you put these tuners on here, be careful. Don't run them wide open all the time. That's what causes you to blow the heads off of them. You will lengthen your motor life if you leave your tuner stock. Is it fun to play with? Oh, I've had a ball the last 2 days. I've actually needed to take this truck back today before I get a speeding ticket. But if you leave it stock, this thing has already gained 2 more miles per gallon since I've been driving it. Because eventually I did take my foot out of it. But it's a lot of fun. Don't run it like that all the time. Anyways, I'm going to leave everyone with that. If you have any questions, comments, drop them down below. I'll answer them best I can. Thanks for watching.